Hello. I've been asked very kindly, thank you, Anne Marie, if I fancied playing some of my favourite KMO riffs, which is extremely flattering. I'm not sure how many of them I can remember, but I thought maybe if I have a go at this one and see how that works out, and I might feel courageous enough to do some others later on. Who knows? The first one that came up was a Hole in the Ground, and this one's really, really simple. It's basically A, G, and D, with the bottom string tuned from E down to D. It's nice and grunty. I used that tuning a lot then, as we'll no doubt find out if we do any more of these. This, I think, was worked out in Osmington Village Hall, if I remember rightly, in Dorset, where I live. So there should be like a blue plaque on it, or dental plaque, something along those lines. It used to have, well, in fact, on the record you can hear all the way through it. There's this. That was played on my electric sitar, which wasn't really. It was a Dan Electro Longhorn that used to belong to Jimmy Scott of the Pretenders. A lovely looking guitar. If you dig about, there's footage of the Pretenders doing Brass and Pocket on Top of the Pops, and he's miming with that very guitar. It was great looking, like I say, but it was kind of semi-unplayable. The pickup's really quiet, the intonation was shocking on it, so I gave it to the brilliant Jimmy Egypt and asked him if he'd mind converting it into an electric sitar for me. And what that involved was sticking a kind of shim just under the strings there, so the strings went meow instead of boing. Very technical. And that worked a treat. I used it on Hole in the Ground, I used it on Walking in the Light, and I used it on Everything Is Over, if I remember rightly. And it was subsequently nicked. So if you happen to see a Dan Electro Longhorn kicking about, which is unplayable above the third fret, it's probably mine. Anyway, this Hole in the Ground, like I was saying, really simple. You play it like a troglodyte. Troglodyte, I can't even say that. That's how difficult it is. There's no sweetening notes in the chords, you don't go. Just. All that kind of malarkey. Then when it goes into the choruses, there's a sort of a D to A thing. Listening to a lot of Hendrix at the time, evidently. And it basically goes, and then there's here. All that. The solo, I did a thing there where completely ripped off Albert Lee. It's, if you hear it without a delay pedal, it's almost laughably simple. It's when you stick this thing on, a single delay, what you're doing is you're playing against the delay, so it's kind of, how best to describe this, it's repeating, basically you play like the repeat, I'll play it, it's easier than trying to explain it. It goes. That kind of malarkey, so a complete Albert Lee ripoff, and quite impressive if you think I'm playing all those notes, but I really am not. We even, I was so into that at the time that we did a cover of Country Boy at the Grand Ole Opry, I think, if I remember rightly. I think we were the first as a rock band to play at the Grand Ole Opry, which was like, which I believe still is like a sort of a country music hangout in Govan, with like Hillman Avengers with like cow horns on the front in the car park. a mate of mine went there to see what it was like before we played, and a bloke came up to him at the bar and said, "You're standing in my spot." And the bloke said, "Aye, right, yeah." And this other guy went away and he came back with a share. Ordered them to move. Anyway, I digress. That's pretty much all there is to that. The big solo at the end, which isn't really what that was. That was me literally walking about playing in the studio and getting an idea of the kind of things I was going to do. And they played through the track, and then I said, "Right, fine, I think I know what I'm going to do." And they said, "No, we've got it." And I thought, "Oh, okay, that's great." So I'm really relaxed, and fanning about is the best way of putting that. I was just, and it kind of seemed to work. But I mean, there were two things. There was a review of one of the very few reviews of Bedazzled that came out, and somebody said, and this stuck with me because it really hurt. Somebody said there are too many torturous guitar solos on it. And what really hurt was I kind of thought he was probably right. Thought, oh God. And another thing was that when we were recording it, an A&R man from Ireland came up to the studio, and he said, "Yeah, show the indie boys how to really use a wah-wah pedal." And I was kind of thinking, it's the indie boys I'm listening to. So that was all a bit strange. Anyway, that's hopefully a bit of background to what that's like. If this works on any level, give me a shout and I'll attempt to do some more. Have a great day, stroke weekend. Speak soon.